I'm Dory Demers, and I'm the Rise Vermont coordinator. Rise Vermont is a community initiative to embrace healthier lifestyles, improve the quality of life, and reduce healthcare costs of where we live, work, and play. We are pleased to bring you Rise TV, a weekly syndicated show on Northwest Access Television, bringing us all tips, tricks, and resources to embrace a healthier lifestyle. We are thrilled that we are partnering with the Vermont Department of Health St. Albans District Office to offer these tapings as WIC-approved activities. Please be sure to listen for your WIC-approved phrase that'll appear at the bottom of your screen here and also be told by the co-host. This will be what you will have to report back to your local district office to get credit for your second nutrition education. If you'd like more information about Rise Vermont, head to www.risevermont.com or follow us on social media. I really hope you enjoy the show, and thank you for joining us in embracing a healthier lifestyle and creating a healthier community for all of us and generations to come. Thank you.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Rise Vermont TV. My name is Brian Kluke, and I'm the Rise Vermont Health Coach. And today with me, I have my co-host.
Hi, I'm Moretti. I'm the Wellness Specialist with Rise Vermont, focusing on schools in Franklin and Grand Isle County.
So today what we're going to be doing is going over resistance bands. We've done an episode like this in the past, but this one's going to be primarily focused on doing it with a partner or a friend, coworker, anyone. And this, while you're traveling, you'll be able to do these exercises. While these partner exercises, you may think you'll need somebody. It's just an additional way to use a resistance band if you have somebody there that wants to, challenge you, or you want to work out with, or just for the social aspect as well, instead of doing it alone. So what we'll do first is showcase the different resistance bands that we'll be using.
These are resistance bands that Rise Vermont actually has. We've been giving them away to people throughout the years. So if you need a resistance band or want a resistance band, reach out to us and let us know, and we can send one or two to you so that you can participate in these activities. They don't offer, resistance bands comes in a lot of different levels of resistance, correct?
Yes.
So
yep.
Are these the lighter ones? Are they?
This typically would be a lighter resistance band in general. So a word of caution, just when using resistance bands, there are multiple levels of resistance, but just know when you're pulling or using that, when using it, because there will be a point when you kind of feel like that's all it has for strength. So just for safety measures, just kind of know that each one is different and unique.
So you can also, so these are ones that we use. You can also buy them in long rolls and cut strips of resistance bands to fit whatever exercise you're doing. But we also have a commercially available resistance band. Again, these come in multiple levels of resistance, but there's handles on them so that with foam pads, so that you can also do your exercises comfortably and with more confidence. That you're actually holding on to something.
Yeah, which I do enjoy this type as well. Again, each resistance band can be used for a variety of exercises, so it's kind of depending on what you'd like to do with your partner or even by yourself. And these are great, and I will say with these in particular, these cylindrical resistance bands, they're more or less coded by color, so if you were to go somewhere and purchase one or try to pick one up online, it'll tell you the resistance or the colors as well. And then it kind of makes sense that the thicker they are, the more resistance that it will be.
Yep.
As well.
Do they come in different lengths as well, or are these modifiable?
Yeah, so there's some that I've seen that are modifiable. Most of them come at a specific length. Some are customizable. I know it's kind of an open-ended answer, but you can get some that are customizable if you want, a 10-foot one or a 5-foot one for your specific needs.
Right. So the other thing besides really good equipment is whoever you're working out with, make sure you're not in a fight. So, because as you are stretching and pulling, the last thing you need is the other person to let go. Yeah. So it is also a trust exercise too. Yeah. And some people might think it's really funny or fun, but there's also the potential to cause someone great harm, physical harm. So while I was joking about it, I was also wanting to be serious for a moment, to be like, it is about trust, and it is about making sure that while you're working out, you're actually physically taking care of each other so that you don't cause harm, because this workout is about health.
Yeah, it's meant to provide a positive benefit.
Right.
And then lastly, I'm going to demonstrate some quirky and rather unique exercises that you can actually do with a rubber band. We'll get to that later. It sounds, so stay tuned for that. It's exciting stuff you can do at your office.
So which bands do you want first?
We'll start with this commercial or big band. This is the one you'll typically see at a gym or even online. If you were to type in resistance bands, this one would come up. So all the exercises we'll go through today and show you our partners, and we'll describe what muscles you're working, where you can do them, how you can modify them, how you can make them harder as well. So the first one, you want to stand facing your partner. And again, with resistance bands, you want to make sure that they're grabbing at equal length. So you're getting as much resistance on either arm or either leg, whichever exercise you're doing. So right here, I have the handles, which generally means I'm going to be performing the exercise. So with my co-host Moretti over there, all I need to do is have enough tension on them, and then I can pull back on the resistance band. And what this will be doing, this is just called the low row or row in general, working my back muscles. A really unique exercise and very important, especially when you're doing any work at a desk. You can have that kind of forward lean in the shoulders, so to work those muscles in the back as well is very helpful.
So for the person who's being the static,
Yeah.
the holder, definitely you want to keep a little bend in your knee.
Yep.
And as he's pulling, it's pulling me forward. So I'm leaning back a bit. I'm not pulling on it, but I'm feeling it, right? I'm also providing the resistance for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's actually is an exercise, whether you're moving through space or not, for both people. Working
Yeah.
out. Excellent point. Again, this exercise, well, we'll show it. Let's do the other bands as well.
Okay.
So we don't have two of the other bands, otherwise we would, but picture if we did and further apart, we'd each have a handle. Again, going over that same motion. Now we'll get a little bit closer, and if we each had a band, we could each row at the same time. You know, each getting an equal workout as well. Or we could let go of one, and we could each do a one arm row as well. And then to kind of challenge it or make it a little bit harder, if you want, you know, you can go into a little bit of a squatting down. You know, you'll feel different core muscles activate. You'll feel it in your legs as you're holding that static position, but moving your arms. A more efficient and effective way to kind of get the same exercise done. And then if you really wanted to make it hard, you can kind of go on one leg and pull as well.
So as you're facing your partner, you actually want to create the mirror image. Like, I don't want to go on the opposite leg because we'll wind up pulling each other down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'll switch now to the red band again.
Okay.
Again, most of these exercises can either be done with one, certainly, or if you have two, that's always nice as well. So if you want to hold the middle again,
Yep.
kind of both hands together in the middle. So I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to face the other direction with this. So if I was standing here, do you want to back up just a tad? And then he's going to put some light resistance on the band. Again, communication with the person you're working with is vital. So if they have too much, just let them know that. You want to be in a nice, good position. Arms relatively at 45 degrees. And then you pressing forward to activate your chest muscles, as well as a little bit of shoulder. But it's a great exercise again, you know, and if you didn't have a partner there, that could be at a fixed location, a safe fixed location.
Like over a bedpost or a curtain rod.
Mm-hmm.
But so you did a forward row, but you could also do overheads. You
Yeah.
could, I mean, so anything you would do on a commercial machine that you could replicate with a resistance band.
So if he were to be that anchor point again, I could have my hands up here and extending forward, coming back. Doing about 8 to 12 reps, whatever you feel comfortable with, especially when doing a new exercise. You really want to make sure that it's done correctly, and you start out at a lighter weight and then kind of work your way up from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you didn't...
With your water bottle and hydration in between as well.
With your water bottle and hydration in between, exactly. So if you were to go out and purchase one or interested in one or get ours, always start at a lighter one, just until you feel comfortable with the movement. Next, do we want to demonstrate the chariot run?
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So this one's, we won't actually do the motion for this itself because it involves running. We have limited space here in the studio. So I would be holding it. I would be kind of in a quarter squat, and I would almost be backpedaling as he's running forward.
And then as I'm running forward, I can either, if I'm comfortable, I could let go and just do a regular run, or just so that it doesn't cut into me, I can keep my hands inside the resistance band.
Yep.
But as I'm running forward, Brian is going to be pulling back. So it's going to be harder for me to run forward. It almost feels like I'm running uphill.
Yep.
And then it works a different set of muscles for Brian as he's running along with me.
Yep.
He has to keep moving with me. That's
Yep.
the difference. Like, he doesn't stay still,
Yep.
because we're both going to get hurt.
Yeah. Again, with this exercise, it's really interesting because while the person in front is running, it's almost as if I'm backpedaling. So if you were to perform this exercise, it's really great because you'll feel it in your hamstrings as you're backpedaling from him, but keeping up with him. I know it's kind of hard to see as we're not performing it, but it really is a kind of a total body exercise.
Yeah.
And another point Reddy mentioned to cutting in is if you were to take even a towel or a sheet or a pillowcase and you can kind of put it right at the waist, that'll kind of suppress the cutting into the resistance band.
But it's a fun exercise to do too,
Yeah.
because the two of you, the first couple times you do it, it just feels so different and
Unique.
counterintuitive that you actually wind up laughing more than running.
Yeah.
But it is a really good workout. It's a good partner workout.
Mm-hmm.
So you can even do a chariot, one distance where one person's in front, one person's in back, and then switch to run back.
Yeah.
So so that you both get the same amount of workout.
Yeah. And a great thing about that one, again, if you have the option, it's always good to have two bands with that one in each hand. That makes that exercise really nice as well.
So that the person in front is holding
Yep,
the
they can
handles
hold,
as well.
and it's a complete chest. And
Cool.
so the next exercise we'll show is very core-related. It can definitely be done by yourself, but I luckily have a partner to do it with. So he's going to interlock his fingers and hold on to the resistance band out in front. I'm going to do the same. You want to keep your shoulders, your feet under your shoulders or a little bit beyond shoulder width. And then you can rotate. So I'll rotate first to the left. And you'll feel it in your obliques, your core, as well as your legs. And then
And I'm engaging my core to hold still and not get pulled away from him as well. So it's working out both of us, definitely.
Yeah, really good stability exercise.
Yeah.
And then he can take a turn and go as well. Perfect.
Again, it's about communicating with your partner so that once I'm back, he knows he can go.
Yep.
It's not we're both pulling at the same time or trying to fight each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to hold this as well.
Okay.
Just single hand, so you're going to have it on the inside. Just like this, yeah.
Okay.
So this you can do simultaneously if you'd like. This one's kind of for your rotator cuff. You'd want to put adequate tension if you want to step to the right a tad. You could just kind of work your way in, almost as if you were arm wrestling or something. Again, you can do it at the same time, or you can do it one at a time as well.
Okay. Do it
So
again.
if you were to hold it, I could just rotate in.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel that.
So great. Again, all those exercises can be done not only with that resistance band, but with our Rise Vermont ones as well. So you can have one in each hand. That's lighter resistance, a great way to start. I will talk a little bit about...
Our WIC certified code is resistance.
Yes. And so everyone usually has a rubber band. And I find this interesting and helpful as well, because a lot of us not only have desk jobs, but you'll be at a computer for a long period of time. Typing, using a mouse, it can kind of get tight in through your wrist. So using a rubber band to kind of help the dexterity of your fingers is great. You can do this with all your fingers. You can do it with 4. And it is a great way to get the muscles activated and keep that range of motion in there, because, over time, doing anything repeatedly can lead to
cause
pain.
damage,
Damage or pain, yeah.
Sure. And that's something you can do, during a phone conversation.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like you have to take intentional breaks.
Yeah.
It's
It's
there
not
are
necess-
times
yeah.
where you're not mousing or keying. That's great.
Yeah, and it's very mindless, you know, so it's not multitasking or taking you away from the priority of what you're trying to do. So that's just an easy way to do that. You can even do some other exercises with it as well.
It's not for partner exercises.
Not for partner exercises, no. So that concludes our resistance band kind of partner episode today. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, so reach out to us. Let us know if you want a resistance band or if you have any other questions or ideas for partner exercises.
Yeah.
Contact us on our Facebook page so that we can share with our Facebook community as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.